Now, we've had some other statements from people who are on the Senate Judiciary Committee. Ted Cruz came out and he said that he is very much in favor of supporting a nominee and a vote prior to the election. And here are his reasons. He actually wrote an op-ed for Fox News. You can check that out. But here are the 3 reasons why he says this must happen. Number 1, nomination is why the American people actually voted for Trump in the first place. So we elected a president. President's job is to do their job. One of those job duties is to nominate somebody to the Supreme Court. He's saying we have a president, we have a Supreme Court vacancy. Pretty simple. They should be nominated. He also says that a Supreme Court vacancy has happened many times in the past. So I think he went through in his op-ed, he said the 29 times where we saw that during the election year, a justice retired or left or died, and a president nominated and went forward. And then finally, the last reason is the one we've already talked about, but the idea that there will be a constitutional crisis or a potential for a constitutional crisis if we don't fill that seat. And we now have 8 members on the court. We could easily have a 4-4 split decision situation in a country that's already highly polarized, that already has a lot of concerns about the upcoming election. And so that could be something that really just rips the country apart. So the big reasons from Ted Cruz as to why this should happen. Now, he is on the Judiciary Committee. He's a big proponent of all conservative judges and sort of the conservative wing of the Republican Party. But he's part of of control. He's part of the Senate committee that is in control of this. We also got a statement today, actually literally today, from Lindsey Graham, who is the chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee. And so he says he's writing a letter over to the Democrats, the people of the other party, and he says, Senators Feinstein, Leahy, Durbin, Whitehouse, Klobuchar, Coons, so on and so forth. Like millions of Americans, I was shocked. She was a trailblazer, and so on. When the American people elected the Republican Senate, they did so to end the lame duck presidency of Barack Obama, followed the precedent that the Senate has followed for 140 years since the 1880s. No Senate has confirmed an opposite party president Supreme Court nominee during an election year. So that is the McConnell-Biden rule. That it right there. No Senate has confirmed an opposite party president's Supreme Court nominee. So the Republicans have the Senate, Republicans have the presidency, so they'll nominate somebody. But when it was Obama, and Obama had the presidency and the Republicans had the Senate, they're opposite parties. So McConnell is saying we're not going to nominate somebody in that situation. And that is what Lindsey Graham is confirming in this letter today. He also says, because our Senate majority committed to confirming President Trump's excellent judicial nominees, and particularly because we committed to supporting his Supreme Court nominees, the American people expanded the Republican majority in 2018, and we should honor that mandate. President Trump is currently standing for re-election. The people have a say in his choices. And then lastly, and so this is the paragraph that I was really concerned. I was wanting to hear from Lindsey Graham as to what he was going to do on this issue, because there are prior statements and prior quotes from him where he's saying very explicitly that if this happens, he is not going to vote for the nominee. He has said that on record. Lindsey Graham has said point blank, if there is a vacancy during the final year of a president's term, I vote that we don't vote. We're going to wait until the American people have their say, and then we will support it. Well, is he going to stand by that? Of course not, folks. Of course not. Why would he do that? His party now has the chance to win the game. So he's going to take full advantage of that. But how do these politicians, how do they sort of thread that needle? Well, here's what he had to say. He says, lastly, after the treatment, there it is, of Justice Kavanaugh, I now have a different view of the judicial confirmation process. Compare the treatment of Robert Bork, Clarence Thomas, Samuel Alito, Brett Kavanaugh to that of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Sonia Sotomayor, and Alina Kagan. And it's clear that there is already one set of rules for a Republican president and one set of rules for a Democratic president. Therefore, we should proceed expeditiously to process any nomination made by President Trump to fill this vacancy. And Lindsey Graham is the head of the Senate Judiciary Committee, and he says here, his final sentence, if I am certain if the shoe were on the other foot, you would do the same. And I agree with him. And I think this sort of politicking is unnecessary. It's very clear. Both parties should just say, hey, you're right. If we were in charge, we'd absolutely do this. It's like slam dunking on you, right? We got the ball, we're already ahead, and we're going to slam it in your face. The Democrats would do it, the Republicans would do it. That's all it is. Now they can be civil and they can have these conversations. That's fine. But we all know really what this is. It's saying we have the Senate, we have the presidency, so we're going to spike the ball. When you have it, we know you're going to do it too. So tough breaks. It is what it is.